2, 1.
Proudly serving the Coal River Valley. This is Z92. From the mountain trails to the river trails and all points in between, you are in Z92 country. 92.5 WCAC, Danville, Madison.
It's time for Scott Skyhawk basketball, presented by Boone Memorial Hospital on WZAC and the Skyhawk Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by
Farrell & Hill Insurance Agency, insuring our local community for over 70 years.
Parker's Hardware, your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs.
Rodney Miller, serving Boone County for over 40 years.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
Clayton Homes, opening doors to a better life, one home at a time.
The Hanley family of businesses, serving the region for over 50 years.
Caldwell Insurance Agency, let our family serve your family.
Dr. Ron Stallings, serving the residents of Southern West Virginia since 1985.
Schaefer & Schaefer, attorneys at law, serving West Virginia for over 100 years.
Cabo's Ice Cream and Deli, home of the area's only wood-fired brick oven pizza. And by
Diesel Electric of Danville, your local interstate battery dealer.
And now let's go courtside with all the action of tonight's game. Here's the voice of the Scott Skyhawks, Joe Linville.
Thank you very much, Steve Green. We are high atop the Hawks Nest here on the campus of Scott High School, as tonight your 2-3 Scott Skyhawks host the 4-1 Polka Dots. And I tell you what, the Skyhawks had a rough going. They started out the season with 2 wins, but the last 3 road trips, well, this is like tonight's actually their home opener, but the last 3 games on the road has found the Skyhawks struggling at times, especially at Logan, and then went to double overtime this week with Ripley. So it's been an up and down season, the first 5 games for the Skyhawks. We'll bring in the rest of the crew tonight. And Doug Kennedy. Doug, glad you could join us tonight to fill in for Mr. Barrett.
Glad to be here, Joe. You know, Scott's on a three-game skid and got the tough task of the Polka Dots. Polka always aggressive, tough. They're always battling down at the end of tournament time. They're coached well by Coach Alan Osborne. He does a great job.
You know, they've got some good returners coming in. Of course, Isaac McNeely, the D1 signee with the University of Virginia. He's been scouted since, I think, probably his maybe 8th grade year in middle school. But I know Coach Huggins came here a couple years ago to watch him, and he was recruited heavily by a lot of D1 schools, and he'll be a force to reckon with. Also, for the Dots out there tonight, we've got to watch for a couple other ones. Toby Payne, you know, you've heard us talk about him during football season. He's a brute. He can get in that paint, and he can be a tough cat to get around. So the Skyhawks have definitely got their hands full tonight.
Yeah, you got a Virginia recruit. That says it all right there. Division I. Wish he'd have stayed home here in West Virginia.
Absolutely.
We could enjoy him. Toby Payne, older brother Payne, plays tailback down at Marshall.
Well, Toby's actually going to Marshall to play football.
Yeah, play tight end. So, you know, we got some Division I talent here on the court tonight. And, you know, the Scott Skyhawks going to have their hands full. But I know Coach Ballard probably has a good game plan. The key is defense, make your foul shots, just the fundamentals of basketball.
And on the other hand, Scott has 2 ailing starters tonight. That comes in the form of Reese Carden, who has a lot of head congestion, doesn't feel well. I just talked to him about 5 minutes ago. He said, I feel terrible, but he said, when my adrenaline kicks in, I'll be okay. And also, Isaac Setzer may be questionable for tonight's lineup. He's been a starter all season. He is battling some inflammation in some teeth. So, you know, we'll have to wait to see. It's a game time decision whether either one of those will actually go tonight. Let's step aside for our first break. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with more of our Skyhawk pregame show brought to you by Boone Memorial Hospital here on WZAC, the Skyhawk Sports Network, and on Video Productions.
People think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville, takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
You can breathe easier at Boone Memorial Hospital, now with pulmonologist Dr. Richard McNeely. Come see us if you have concerns about your breathing issues.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
What he had to say about tonight's game.
Coach Alan Osborne, Poca. Coach, your guys come into tonight's game 4-1. Are you satisfied with the season at this point?
Yeah, I tell you, we're still not where we need to be. We got a late start because our football team went into the playoffs and they missed a couple of weeks practice, but we're getting where we need to be. We're working hard and trying to find out our rotations, but we're playing okay. We're not where we need to be. We're getting better, but we're not there yet.
Coach, you've got some experience coming back, and you're playing what looks like to be good team ball.
Yeah, I tell you, we're sharing the ball. We had 14 assists out of 20 field goals the last game we played, and we played a really tough schedule. Taze Valley was good, Nitro's good. Hurd was good, and Scott's got a nice team. They've lost 2 real close games that they could have won easily, so they could easily be 4-1. So it's going to be a challenge over here tonight.
What, as you scout Scott, how do you think the two teams match up?
Well, our styles are completely different. They're up and down and shoot the three and drive, and we're kind of half court running offense. So it's going to be. Who can make the other team play like them. And if we get up and down the court, it'll be a long night for us. But we're going to try to guard them and try to stay in front of them and, try to run our stuff and see what happens.
That's Coach Alan Osborne, the head coach of the Poca Dots. And, Doug, you can see, he knows he's got a good team. He's a very seasoned, very experienced coach, won state championships at Poca. But he knows that any time these Skyhawks could come out of the box and be frightful on the floor.
Yeah, like he said, he wants to slow the ball game down, make it a half-court game, and that's totally against what Coach Ballard and his Skyhawks do. They want to push it, create turnovers, make layups, shoot the three, but we're going to have 2 contrasting styles tonight.
And earlier tonight I caught up with Coach Sean Ballard as well and asked him about, the disappointment, because he was so excited coming into the season. He knew he was going to have, some seasoned players. He's going to have a pretty decent ball club. But then, you win those first 2, you get pumped up a little bit. They went into Logan on game 3, couldn't buy a basket. I mean, they could not make layups. It was just like Logan couldn't miss and Scott couldn't hit. Then they went on the road to Winfield, lost a heartbreaker, and then went into double overtime the other night with Ripley on Thursday night, and went double overtime, come up a handful of points short as well. So here's what Coach Sean Ballard said about tonight's ball game.
Coach, we're 5 games into the season. You guys are 2-3. First weekend, you started out great, and you've had 3 tough losses since then.
Yeah, we've been on the road. We've played a tough schedule. Lost as the number 1 team in AAA, number 4 team in AAA, and another good team in AAA with a bunch of bigs. They had 6'11", 6'6", 6'5". It was a tough matchup for us, and we've been there in some games. We haven't played to our full potential yet. We're getting closer. We got to get guys healthy and clean up some execution down the stretch, and we're going to be fine.
Now you've got a couple of starters possibly out for tonight. Who's going to step up for you?
Yeah, we're a deep team. We've talked about it all year, and, it's shown early. Of our top 7 that played big minutes last year, we haven't had all 7 at any game this year, and multiple games now we've only had 5 of the 7. And, we've lost a couple close ones, but, last game, double overtime loss. Game before that, you lose by 2, both on the road. We're right there. We trust our other guys. We trust our bench to step up and play. The thing that it just hurts us a little bit with is, our depth is our key, and that's part of what we do defensively. So having guys out kind of makes the rotations a little, we're asking guys to go a little bit longer without getting their breathers and that sort of thing.
Coach, you got another tough team coming into the Hawks Nest tonight in the form of Class AA Poca that you know very well.
Yep, they're a great team. Probably got the best player in the state. They're fundamental and well coached. We know what they're going to do. It just comes down to making shots and executing defensively. And he's going to make. Isaac's a heck of a player. He's going to make good plays. We just got to make him work for everything he does get and take advantage of what we can get on the offensive end.
And that was Coach Sean Ballard of the Skyhawks. We'll take our final break here in our Skyhawk pregame show presented to you by Boone Memorial Hospital. Also want to welcome everyone in tonight, especially if you're watching by video productions. Robbie Mounts and Cameron Mecklin here with us tonight, and hopefully you'll see a good ball game here on video productions, WZAC, and the Skyhawk Sports Network.
Looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
This is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
In West Virginia.
Welcome back to the Hawks Nest. Both teams on the floor are going through their final warm-ups. Skyhawks wearing their white jerseys tonight with gold numerals trimmed out in black. And the polka dots going all red tonight with Poca across the chest. Gray numerals outlined in white. And Doug, hopefully we'll see a good game tonight here, not only for the fans that come out here to Scott High, but those across the world watching non-video productions.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just hope that the kids from Scott are healthy enough to go tonight. Like Coach was saying, that really hurts their rotation, their depth. it has other players playing more minutes. So hopefully we see Scott at its full capacity against Poca. It looks like it's going to be a dandy.
You know, when you look at scoring back for the Skyhawks, they have averaged 73 points a game, and their opponents have averaged 70. What drove the opponent average up was that 98 points that Logan scored in Game 3. For the Polka Dots, they only averaged 281 points a game, and their opponents averaged 210. Most of their games have been pretty close either way, but like I said, that one game for Scott, you know, kind of got a little bit out of hand. But if you take the point totals, you know, Scott scored 366 this season, and the Polka Dots have only scored 281. You would have thought you would have seen a little more offense out of the Dots. But, you know, like you said, their style of play is a little bit different than Scott.
Yeah, Coach Osborne's going to, like I say, play half-court ball. Now, they get the opportunity on defense. They will push it, but when they come across half court, they're going to slow it down and play half court ball.
Absolutely, and it looks like both teams are ready. We're getting ready for our national anthem and the starting lineups. I think Paul Carden will announce those starting lineups, and we'll have those momentarily. We still are not sure, but as I look down on the floor, I see Reese Carden with his warm-up off, so that must mean he and Isaac Setzer both are going to get the starts tonight for the Skyhawks.
And that's great for the Skyhawks. They want to be at full force playing these Polka Dots.
The officials for tonight's game, and let's see, there's having a little bit of public address issues down on the floor. The officials tonight are Kirk McGowan, Mike Lemons, and David Bogus will be our officials for tonight. And we're still down on the floor waiting. And I'll tell you what, we'll just go ahead and take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back after this with more basketball between the Scott Skyhawks and, well, now we got it. We'll just keep it here. So
People think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
We got it in. So next time we'll just go to a commercial break and save the aches and pains of that. A little pre-planning goes a long way. So.
Skyhawks cheerleading squad. Coached by Terry Beth Hager and Amanda Light. First we have McKenna Queen.
They're going to introduce the cheerleaders for Scott.
Amy Brown, Jason Stallings, Katie Sprouse, Lyric Spear, Carly Harvey, Caitlin Gallagher, Taylor Foster, senior captains Haley White, Lexi White, Maddie McLeod, Riley Harvey, and Allie Fry. And now, let's meet the starters for your visiting Polka Dots tonight. Number 5, Toby Payne. Number 10, Isaac McNeely. Number 14, Campbell Meeks. Number 23, Jackson Tunney. And number 42, Ethan Maynard. And now for your Scott Skyhawk. Number 11, Jay Sharps. Number 25, Baskin Dolan. Number 22, Isaac Setzer. Number 5, Landon Stone. Number 1, Jaron Gator.
So as you heard, it sounds like Reese Carden will not get the start tonight. It will be junior Jay Sharps in the lineup tonight for the Skyhawks. So it'll be Gator, Stone, Setzer, Dolan, and Sharps for Poca. It will be Payne, McNeely, Meeks, Tony, and Maynard. Both teams are on the floor. Yeah, Scott still talking to Coach Sean Ballard. Poca is already on the floor. They are ready to get this game underway. Looks like jumping for the Polka Dots will be the All-Stater D1 recruit, Isaac McNeely. He will go against Scott's Braxton Dolan. Scott will start 3 seniors tonight. Or actually, yeah, 3 seniors and 2 juniors. Here we go. Dolan controls the tip over to Scott. Scott will have the ball first. Setzer brings the ball down the floor to Sharps, back to Setzer in the corner. Back out to the top of the key to Dolan, to Gator. Back around. Dolan has it at the left wing, takes it back out. Stone thinks about it, drives into the paint, kicks it out to Gator on the near side. Shot taken, and it will go for 3.
Nice 3 by Gator.
Full court pressure being applied by Poca. McNeely brings the ball, crosses midcourt. Dots going from our left to right. Kick it back out to the top of the key to Maynard. Kick it around and a whistle.
Good defense by the Skyhawks on that.
Here's the little general instant replay on Gator's three-point shot there a minute ago, and it is good. Skyhawks lead at 3-0. Now Scott has the ball back. Setzer and Stone bring it back and forth. Stone in the right wing, kick it back out to Gator at the top of the key. Back to Dolan. He'll drive it in, kicks it back to Setzer. Back out to Sharps now around the horn. Stone has it. Goes to the corner of Dolan. Dolan, couple dribbles, kicks it back out to Stone. Now they bring it back out. Gator has the ball at the top of the key. Sharps thinks about it, drives into the paint, over to Braxton Dolan in the right wing. Setzer back to Sharps. He'll fire off a three-point attempt off the front of the iron. Rebound, Poca. It will be Meeks coming up with the rebound for the Dots, brings it across half court. He goes one-on-one with Jaron Gator on defense. McNeely fires one off in the far corner, rolls around the rim, will not go. Rebound comes up, Jaron Gator and the Skyhawks. Gator goes all the way into the paint, loses the ball, and a whistle. He will go to the charity stripe and shoot 2.
Scott is trying to push the ball every chance they get, Joe, just like Coach Osborne had told us during the pregame, and Gator's at the line shooting 2.
Foul was charged against Ethan Maynard. That'll be his first, team first. Gator's first shot, it bounces inside the rim, will not fall. Gator scored the only points of the game so far. It's 6:32 here in the first. Skyhawks up by 3. Second shot is up, and it's off the back of the iron. It is rebounded by Braxton Dolan for the Skyhawks, so Skyhawks will get another stab at it. They go around the horn. Stone kicks it back out to Setzer. Gator on the far side. Now they bring it back around to Setzer. Bounce pass. Stone had some room but thought better of it. Now Jay Sharps takes it over, kicks it to Setzer. Setzer looking for some help. It is stripped by Tony. Tony goes all the way to the rim. The basket is good, and Setzer will be charged with a foul.
Tony just picked his pocket. Joe went down, made the layup, and then gets the foul and 1. So he's at the line with an and 1.
So now Tony has the opportunity to tie up this ball game with a free throw. The shot is up, and it's good, and we're all tied up at 3 at the 6:08 mark. Here comes Scott with the ball down the floor. Setzer has it. Back to Stone, back to Setzer. They go into the right side, tries to make something happen. Braxton Dolan outside the arc brings it in. Now Landon Stone will fire off a 3 off the front of the rim. It will be Meeks' rebound, or Tony's rebound for Poca. They get it across the floor, bring it down into the hands of Meeks. Meeks goes one-on-one with Dolan in the backcourt. Now they get wide open under the basket. And I believe that was Tony wide open. Go around the horn. Skyhawks take off a 3. Dolan comes up a little short, and Poca will control the rebound. Bringing the ball down the floor is Meeks. He'll bring it to the near side to Tony. They'll go back around. Meeks will take a three-point shot, bounces in and out. Rebound goes to Tony. He'll bring it back out and reset the play for the Dots. Into the hands of McNeely. McNeely drives on the paint, kicks it way back outside. Three-point attempt, and it's nothing but net for Jackson Tony. He has all the points here so far for the Dots. Skyhawks have the ball. Reese Carden into the lineup now. Gator will go to the basket and a whistle, and he will go to the charity stripe for two.
Down on the up.
Here's the replay on that play a minute ago, that three-pointer by Poca, and it was a great shot brought to you by Allstate. Now Jaron Gator will go to the free throw line for two more. He is 0 for 2 so far. Poca leads this one 8-3. Gator's first shot is up and good. Gator now 1 for 3 from the charity stripe. 4:44 on the clock.
Grant checks into the lineup for the Skyhawks.
Second shot off the back of the iron will not fall. McNeely brings the ball down the floor for Poca. Sees an open lane, goes all the way up, easy left-handed layup for Isaac McNeely. Has his first points of the ball game. Skyhawks quickly across midcourt. Ball is tipped, and it is stolen by Meeks for Poca. They tried to knock it off a Scott player, but it rolled around, and Poca came up with a loose ball. Now Poca goes back. Jackson Tony will try to get the set. He finds McNeely. McNeely, another quick roll in off the fingertips, and a foul charged against Scott.
Awesome move by McNeely in the paint. Takes it to the hole and scores.
This time he'll get the +1 and easily makes that look very easy. Skyhawks quickly bring the ball back down the floor. Gator has it at the top of the key. Reese Carden has it, comes to the near side. Sharps back to Gator. Gator drives inside the arc, looking for some help, gets it into Carden. Carden finds Sharps wide open in the far corner. The shot is overshot. It will be another Jackson Tony rebound. McNeely has it. They got to shut him off, and he just easily worked his way around two Skyhawks, and that just that quick. McNeely didn't have any points. Now he has 7. Sharps has it for Scott. Carden takes a three from the far corner, overshoots the basket. Rebound, McNeely. McNeely down the floor to Meeks. Meeks, little. And finally, on the rebound, Scott's Jay Sharps comes up with it. He's just trying to get out of traffic. Now Gator goes to the corner. It will bounce off the iron, and it'll be a rebound by Poca's Campbell Meeks. Poca trying to drive into the paint. Now they get it outside to Meeks. His shot off the iron. It'll be Gator's rebound for Scott. Down the floor quickly to Sharps. Back out to Stone. Gator has it now. Sharps will take a three-point attempt from this side. It is coming up short, and it is Toby Payne who comes up the rebound quickly down the floor. They get it into the hands of number 33, Hunter Tony, on the floor for Poca. Poca leads this one 17-4 with 2:38 to go in the first. Stone thought about taking a three, tries to drive in the paint. Gator drives into the paint now from the other side. He is hit by the defensive player, and it is going to be Toby Payne charged with his first personal of the ball game.
Scott's been very aggressive, Joe. They just can't capitalize on those open shots. There, they got a foul. They got to make their foul shots, keep them in the game.
2:30 to go here in the first quarter, and Poca has jumped out. It looked like it was going to be a pretty evenly balanced game to begin with, but after about 2 minutes, Poca just kept, they're running that quick offense down the floor, and the Scott's just leaving the lanes open. Inbound pass to Dolan to Sharps. Gator gets it back to Dolan. Sharps thought about he drives it inside the paint, and looking, and it's almost stripped again. He finally gets it back out to Landon Stone in the backcourt. Now they bring it around the horn. Dolan drives it in. Stone's thinking, drives it in. Now they get it over to Braxton Dolan on the far side under the basket, and it is going to be a jump ball a tie-up under the basket, and it's going to go to Poca.
Joe's Poca's defense. Once you get in the paint, they just come in there and prevent you from making a move. You got to be quick.
You look across the floor, Coach Allen Osborne, he looks like he's sitting over there watching a basketball game on TV or something. He's not a bit excited. And he can be animated.
Yes.
Here come the dots across midcourt into the hands of McNeely. McNeely will drive it in. A little floater off the glass will not go. Almost comes up his own rebound, but it's stripped over there by Dylan Grant for Scott. Now here come the Skyhawks. Stone drives it all the way into the paint, goes up. It will come up short. Rebound, Poca. With the rebound is Poca's.
That make every shot difficult, Joe.
Yeah, Toby Payne's the one that come up with that rebound. Now Landon Stone strips the ball from the Poca point guard. Comes into Gator. Gator off the glass, and it will roll around. He'll get 2, and he'll go to the line once again for a +1.
Hunter Tony on the foul on the play. Good job by Gator. Gets the ball, takes it to the hole, creates a foul, and he gets an and 1. You got to take advantage of these foul shots.
Hunter Tony commits the foul for Poca. Gator at the line for the 3rd time tonight. He makes the basket. He's got the opportunity to make a 3-point play. And the shot is up, and it is good. And all the scoring, all 6 points tonight has come from Jaron Gator. Full court pressure now being applied by the Skyhawks. Payne has it in the backcourt. Now they get it over to Maynard. They get the ball down the floor to McNeely. Bounce pass back to Payne. Around the horn to Jackson Tony. Now Tony comes back out, sets the offense. On the other side to Meeks, and he walked with the ball, and turnover to Scott right at the 1 minute mark to go in the quarter.
Scott needs to take advantage of these turnovers. That's something Poca doesn't do a lot of, so when they do, Joe, you got to take advantage of it and put the ball in the hole.
Scott inbounds in front of their own bench. Landon Stone will bring it across to set the play. He comes to the near side, just outside the arc. Gator with a 3-point attempt off the back of the iron. Rebound, Ian Geralds kicks it back out to Stone. Setzer thinks about taking it. Now he puts the ball on the floor. Stone will take one from the far corner, overshoots the basket, and it is rebounded by Michaela Jones for Poca. Here come the dots. Meeks tries to set something up, gets it over to McNeely in the corner. McNeely, nothing but net. 9 points in the game for Isaiah McNeely. Gerald's has it for Scott. Now they get it back out to Jaron Gator. Braxton Dolan has it in the near side corner. Now they'll send it back out. Stone to Setzer. Back to Stone. Back to Setzer. 6 seconds. They try to get it in, make something happen quick. Setzer, somebody needs to shoot it. Gerald fires one off the 3. Off the back of the glass, and it will go. So all the points here in the first quarter scored by Jaron Gator, except that last 3-point shot. Here's the instant replay brought to you by Little General. So we're at the end of the first quarter. We'll step aside for a break. The score, Poca 20, Scott 10. You're listening to high school basketball on WZAC, the Skyhawks Sports Network, and Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
This is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
To the action with the Scott Skyhawks on Z92.
WZAC, the Skyhawks Sports Network, and welcome in Video Productions tonight, bringing you all the action of Scott basketball, taking on the Poca Dots. We are ready to get the second quarter underway as Poca leads this one by 10. Scott has control of the ball. Around the horn to Carden. Carden comes to the near side. Carden fires off a long two, and he will score his first points of the ball game. Full court pressure being applied by Scott. McNeely has the ball in the backcourt. Now they get the ball down the floor. They find that somebody open, Jones. He'll kick it back to Meeks. Meeks will try to set up something for Poca. Now they get it in McNeely just outside the paint. He'll bounce pass it, and a little floater over there by Toby Payne. Payne picks up his first points of the ball game. Setzer has it. He drives all the way into the paint, goes off the glass, and it'll go. Nice little underhanded shot there by Isaac Setzer. 8-point game. Poca leads. Double team on McNeely in the backcourt. Now they get it down to Jones. To Payne. Back out to McNeely to set. He goes one-on-one with Dolan, looking in the paint. Kicks it over to Jones. Now they'll kick it back to Payne in the corner. Nothing but net.
Very smooth player, Joe. Kicks it to Payne and back to McNeely, who hits the three.
Scout trying to make something happen over to Dolan in the far wing. Now back out to Carden. Carden spins at the arc, and he has reached in, and he's going to be fouled by Poca's
McNeely.
Was it McNeely?
Yes, sir, number 10.
Good. I thought it was number 1. Glad you caught that. Scott will inbound it. It was on the floor. He'll inbound it under their own basket.
Coach Osborne didn't like the foul call there. It may have been 1, and they called it on 10.
And Scott could not get the inbound pass. It goes out of bounds. Poca will take control and under the Scott basket. Skyhawks again apply the full court pressure. Inbounds will go to McNeely. He goes one-on-one with Braxton Dolan in the backcourt. McNeely crosses the timeline into the near side to Meeks. Meeks tries to set up something. Now to the right corner to Tony. Tony drives into the paint. Bounce pass into Jones. Jones will pick up a quick 2 on a little spin at the basket off the glass. Here comes Scott just that quick. Back down the floor. Setzer has it at the top of the key. Reese Carden a long 3. Overshoots the basket. Rebound will go to the Polka Dots. Meeks comes up the rebound. No pressure in the backcourt by the Skyhawks. Meeks trying to make something happen. Goes out to the middle circle. Looking for that lane. Goes all the way. Setzer comes from behind, and he'll be called with a foul. That'll be Setzer's second foul of the ball game. And Campbell Meeks will go to the charity stripe to shoot 2.
Meeks aggressively going to the paint, and probably would have been a clean block, but the player stepped in front and draws the block.
Meeks' first shot is up and good. Poca leads this one by 14 at the 5:45 mark to go in the first half. Meeks' second shot. Takes a couple more bounces. It's up and good. So Meeks picks up his first points of the ball game for Poca. Braxton Nolan brings the ball down the floor over to Gerald. Round the horn to Grant to Jaron Gator. Back out to Carden. Gerald comes out top of the key, finds Braxton Dolan in the far corner. And Scott may have got by with one on that one. Gator shoots it to Ian Geralds across the floor. He fires off a 3 off the edge of the rim and the glass. Rebound Jones for Poca. Tony brings the ball down the floor for Poca over to Meeks. Meeks trying to set something up for the, and Geralds knocked the ball out of bounds.
It's good defense by Gerald. He just tapped the ball and it goes out of bounds.
Actually, it took a while to get there because it bounced off the referee. McNeely has the ball in the backcourt for Poca. Crosses the line. He goes all the way to the paint, and that's going to be traveling. So the turnover will go to Scott. 4:57 to go here in the first half. Poca has stretched it out to a 29-14 lead. Skyhawks need to settle down and make some baskets. Stone has the ball to Carden. Carden looking to get in the paint. Now they get it out to Jaron Gator. Jaron fires off a three. Skyhawks are overshooting every shot tonight. Rebound Poca. McNeely has it into the Poca side of the floor. He's looking for the paint. Easy lane. And they're going to call McNeely with a charge. Ian Gerald stepped up there. No?
Nope, just ball out of bounds.
Okay. I thought they were going to charge him with a charge. Ian Gerald stepped in front of him. So the turnover goes to Scott. Gator around the horn. Dolan has it, spins, goes off the glass, will not go. Skyhawks are fighting for the rebound, and the ball's still loose on the floor. Finally, Toby Payne comes up with it. He sends the ball down the floor to Meeks. Meeks comes down about a 10-foot jumper inside the paint, and he'll pick up his first field goal of the game. He now has 4 points. Jaron Gator brings it down for Scott. Carden over to the right side to Dolan. Dolan brings it out to Stone. He'll fire off a three. Nothing but net for Landon Stone for his first field goal of the night.
Nice movement of the ball. Seems like Scott slowed it down that time and with a slower half-court game.
Yeah, the pressure, and it looks like Poca's going to, and they can't get the shot up, and a strip as Carden comes up the rebound. McNeely takes a long shot, and it's going to be a rebound as the ball comes off the back of the iron for Ian Geralds. Geralds comes down. He thought about taking a three. Now they get it over to Braxton Dolan. Dolan dribbles a couple times. Stone over to Carden. Around, they come back the arc. Now they go the other direction. Landon Stone drives into the paint. Bounce pass to Reese Carden. He'll fire off the three. Nothing but net for Reese Carden.
Good movement by the Skyhawk offense. Find the open man, Carden, who drains the three. Good job by that Scott.
Fourth three-point goal of the game for Scott as they pull it within 11. Full court pressure by the Scott defense. Meeks brings the ball down the floor, gets it over to McNeely on the near side. McNeely takes it back out. A three-point overshoots the basket by Tony right into the hands of Reese Carden. Now they send the ball down to the corner to Gator. Now Scott brings it out, trying to set up something, make it happen. Ian Gerald's wide open. He'll fire off a long three, and it will go. Ian Gerald's coming off the bench, now has 6 points for Scott. Poca having a little trouble in the backcourt, getting it in. Now McNeely has it. He'll go one-on-one with Gator. He'll bring the ball across midcourt. McNeely looking for some help. Now he gets it in the form of Campbell Meeks. Meeks bounces the pass around behind his back, and they're going to whistle.
Push off, Joe.
And Meeks. They're going to get Meeks with the foul. That'll be his first personal.
As he's going to the hole, takes his arm and shoves the defender out of the way. Scott picks up the foul.
And you saw the All-State instant rebound on that shot, that three-pointer by the Skyhawks. Here comes Scott once again. Landon Stone. Gerald fires off another three. This one's going to be off the side of the iron. It will not fall this time. And Isaac McNeely comes up with the rebound. Now he goes one-on-one with Jay Sharps. Looking for some help. Now they bounce pass it in to Maynor. Maynor comes around, gets it into the hands of Meeks. Or Tony, rather. Tony sends it to McNeely. McNeely, just a bounce pass, gets one off, really doesn't even look, and drills a three-pointer.
Beautiful shot by McNeely.
Skyhawks have it now. Cardinal fire off a three off the front of the iron, and this time it's rebounded by Ethan Maynor for Poca.
No second chance opportunities for Scott. It's one shot and they're done. They got to make it.
And a ball is stripped by Scott. They get it off Payne's leg as it goes out of bounds. So Scott will inbound it on the Poca end of the floor. 1 minute to go in the half. Poca leads at 34-23. Here comes Jaron Gator. Over to Stone. Stone goes over to Carden. Carden over to Sharps to the near side. Now they take it back around as they work around the outside of the arc. Here goes Landon Stone. Quickly gets it to Gator. I mean, Scott is moving quick, trying to make an open mistake. Now, Carden will take a long shot, and it will be Poca. Toby Payne gets the rebound.
Somebody's got to go for a rebound there, Joe.
McNeely has it on the near side wing. Now he'll take it back out between the circles. An open lane over there on the far side for Poca, but Meeks cannot make something happen. I think they're just wanting to hold it out and wait for one shot. Under the basket, now it goes to McNeely. This time his shot off the rim, and Scott will lose the handle. It's quickly put back up by Poca's number 23, Tony. And Scott tries to take a long one here to end the first half of play. And, man, I tell you what, that was a quick 16 minutes as we are already at the half as the Polka Dots have a 36-23 lead over the Scott Skyhawks here at Scott High in Madison. We'll step aside. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with our Boone Memorial Hospital halftime report. The score, the Polka Dots 36, the Scott Skyhawks 23. You're listening to high school basketball on WZAC, the Skyhawk Sports Network, and Video Productions. Boone Memorial.
People think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville, takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
You can breathe easier at Boone Memorial Hospital, now with pulmonologist Dr. Richard McNeely. Come see us if you have concerns about your breathing issues.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
To recently catch up with the head coach of the Scott Skyhawks, Sean Ballard, and we talked a little bit about the team and how it was coming together for the 2021-22 season. Coach Sean Ballard, head coach of the Scott Skyhawks.
Were you satisfied with the off season before the games actually started?
Oh yeah, I mean we've got a good group. You know, most of these guys have played for me for 2, 3, some of them 4 years now, and you know it's kind of routine at this point. You know, they know what we're doing. They know what we're doing in the weight room. They know what camps we're going to in the off season. You know, they know what we want to do year-round, kind of our schedule. They worked their tails off this summer. We traveled all over the place in our 3-week period playing games and played in some fall leagues and went hard in the weight room. And, you know, they know they have a chance to be special, and I think that kind of gave them some extra motivation to work hard this offseason to earn the success that they're wanting to have this year.
That was kind of my next question. I mean, you and I've had several conversations in the offseason, and you always are excited when we talk about this season. You know you've got something special. You know you've got some good talent on the floor. They work well together. So what's different between this team and a year ago?
Well, experience is the big one. You know, We played, I believe it was the third toughest schedule RPI-wise in the state last year, and we've got that whole core of players back this year. And you know, we didn't have a great record last year, but every single game we played, we were in. You know, so playing a tough schedule and then seeing how close you were, and then having the opportunity to have that full team back after, you know, an off season to play more together, and, you know, putting yourselves in tough games like we did last year kind of showed us our weaknesses and areas that we need to improve to come back and be better this year.
Of your senior leadership, who's the most improved?
I mean, that senior class is so deep. You know, you've got, those guys have been, you know, they've been working their tails off for the last 4 years. There's really too many, you know, so many of those guys have came so far that it's tough to just say, you know, this one guy has done this or that. I mean, honestly, from where they were last year to this point, I would have to say the most improved would be Ian. You know, last year, I mean, he was strictly a JV player for us, and we had a lot of injuries and guys in and out this summer, and, you know, he was available, and he showed up, and he kept working hard, and he's just gradually gotten better and better. And, you know, getting some of those reps with the varsity team this summer kind of gave him that confidence that I can step in and hit shots and do things that are needed of me at the varsity level. You know, Landon had a heck of a football season this year, so he didn't have, you know, the typical off season coming up to the season this year that we typically do, where he was playing football. And I've been really impressed with how quickly he's gotten the rust off. You know, I expected it to take him a month, 2 months to get up to speed, you know, start shooting at a high rate and defending at the way he's capable of, but he's really stepped in and got back into it, you know, right from the get-go. And, you know, Braxton and Gator, you know, they're there all summer, they're there all fall. You know, they've just been waiting for this opportunity to get back out and start competing. And, you know, speaking of leadership in that senior class, you know, obviously Cavan's hurt. He didn't get to play the first 2 games with us. You know, he recovered from his injury in football season, was doing better, had a minor setback in one of our scrimmages. I think he'll be back with us sooner than later. But, you know, I'm watching the game film from this weekend, and something that caught my eye was every single time we scored a point, the first one jumping off the bench, cheering and clapping, was Cavan White. You know, and that says a lot about the character, not only of him, but this group as a whole. You know, most kids, their senior year, coming off an all-state year, he's hurt. Most kids would be sulking, sitting on the bench, bitter, mad that they're not getting the opportunity to get out there and play. And, man, he's just over there cheering on his teammates and supporting them. And, you know, it's good stuff, and it's contagious. You know, when you got guys doing the little things like that and supporting each other, you know, it really is contagious. And I think that's going to be what makes this group special this year, is their chemistry.
That was Sean Ballard, the head coach of the Scott Skyhawks. We'll take our final 2-minute break. We'll be back with the second half tip after this. The score at the half, the Poca Dots 36, the Scott Skyhawks 23. You're following high school basketball on WZAC, the Skyhawk Sports Network, and Video Productions.
Looking to sell your vehicle? Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
This is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home, with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
Back at the Hawks Nest, Poca leads Scott 36-23. Let's take a quick look at scoring from the first half. Isaac McNeely leads the Polka Dots with 12. Jackson Toney has 10 for the Dots. Toby Payne has added 5. Campbell Meeks with 4. Michaela Woodward-Jones has 2. And Hunter Toney come off the bench for 2. For Scott, Jaron Gator leads their scoring with 7. Ian Geralds has come off the bench with a couple of threes for Scott for 6. Reese Carden, who did not get the start tonight, has come off the bench and scored 5. Braxton Dolan has 2, and Landon Stone drilled in a triple in the second quarter. And that's a look at the first half. Doug, what does the Skyhawks have to do here in the second half?
Joe, offensively, they need to be more methodic, sort of like Poca, move the ball around, take a shot, and hit the boards. Because they're only getting one chance opportunity. With a team like Poca, you're going to get down big like it happened in the first half.
Poca inbounds to begin the second half of play. McNeely has it in the backcourt. McNeely dropped his shoulder down, and he tried to make a pass on the run across the way, and they're saying it was tipped by Scott. Poca retains control of the ball. Poca inbounds at midcourt into the backcourt to McNeely. He goes one-on-one with Dolan from Scott. Bounce pass over to the far corner to Maynard. Now they get a shot off.
Wide open, Joe.
Maynard picks up the first basket of the ball for the second half. Setzer has it, tries to dribble into the paint. Braxton Dolan thought about taking the three, and they're going to say he traveled. He looked like he was going to stop, then kind of made a jump at the last second. Turnover goes to Poca.
Move that pivot foot. They'll call it every time.
Poca inbounds it on the far end of the floor. Now they'll come up across the midcourt stripe. Meeks comes back out to set the play for Poca. Now they get it in the paint, and a shot goes off. It is partially blocked by Carden, and Setzer saves it. Gator from the corner off the iron will not go. Payne comes up the rebound for Poca. McNeely brings the ball down the floor. McNeely drives in the paint, kicks it across the way to Meeks. Meeks has some trouble with the defense there in the form of Jaron Gator. Now McNeely dribbles back out. Now they find Meeks on the far side or near side of the floor. He finally gets a little floater up, and he'll put 2 more down for the Dots. Here comes Scott. Landon Stone has the ball. He'll try to drive into the paint. He tries to come up with it, and it will be a foul. Should be charged against number 14. That's correct. Campbell Meeks. That'll be his second.
That Poca defense, Joe, when that ball comes in, it's just everyone's colliding to the ball.
Scott will inbound. Now they finally get it into Setzer. Setzer puts the ball down on the floor, kicks it back out to Gator. Gator dribbles to the left wing. Braxton Dolan fires off a 3, and it will go for the 3 points. Dolan has his first field goal of the ball game. Full court pressure being applied once again by the Scott defense. And Setzer will kick the ball on trying to block it, and it'll go out of bounds at the Scott bench. Here is the 3-point replay on Video Productions. Nice shot from the far corner for Scott, brought to you by Little General. Poca finally gets the ball in. Now they get it down the floor to Meeks. Back out to McNeely. He thought about taking that long 3. Dribbles into the paint. Man, this makes it look easy. 2 points, Isaac McNeely. Now has 14.
Smooth move to the hole, Joe.
He just glided through there like Vaseline. Poca strips the ball from Scott. Here goes Meeks. And he tries to put it up the last minute, and we have a whistle. And I believe that'll be on Setzer. Nope, they're calling it on Stone. Here's the replay on how easy Isaac McNeely made it look. Off the glass, into the basket. And now Meeks will go to the charity stripe to shoot 2.
Great body control by McNeely.
First shot up and good. He is 3 for 3 from the charity stripe so far in tonight's game. And he's 4 for 4, 100% from the stripe. 44-26, 18-point lead now by Poca. Landon Stone trying to make something happen. Gets it back out. And Setzer tried to go in an open lane. It wasn't there. And the ball bounced off the foot. Now Payne has it. Kicks it way back outside to Meeks. Meeks comes over to the top of the key. Now they'll come over to the near side. And it will be Jackson Toney on a two-pointer. Now Scott gets a three-point try from Carden. It will not go.
Scott's got to get in there and rebound. I know Poca's boxing them out, but they've got to be a little more aggressive on the rebound inside the ball.
Carden is nowhere near his average for tonight's game. He's had like 2 29-point games and a 31-point game, but he is not hitting tonight. You can tell he doesn't feel well. There goes Payne or McNeely trying to make something happen in the lane. Now they get it back across the way to Toney. Toney brings it back out to the outer circle. McNeely goes all the way under the basket, goes back to the far corner. Now he'll get it over. Now they'll toss it over to Toney. Toney goes up by the foul line, now backs it back out. McNeely wanting to make something happen. He goes in, little floater. He'll meet Isaac Setzer in the air, and that will be a foul against Isaac Setzer for Scott.
That was a good defensive set by Scott. Just McNeely finally decided to take it to the hole, picks up the foul. Now he's at the line shooting too.
This will be his second time at the charity stripe tonight, and surprisingly, looked like he may have rushed that ball just a little bit, and it did not fall. It bounced in and back out.
Yeah, I think he did, Joe. He kind of rushed it just a little bit.
Second shot is up, and he makes it look easy. 2 for 3 from the charity stripe tonight. Stone brings it down the floor to Sharps, back to Stone, over to Sharps in the right corner. Now they'll kick it back out. Stone dribbles into the paint, and he'll lose it as he collides in on the floor with Campbell Meeks from Poca. Now Meeks controls the ball for the Dots. Now he loses the handle, grabs it back over to McNeely in the far corner. Bounce pass into Payne. Payne tries to kick it back out, and he does to Maynard. Now they get it over to Payne. Now back out to Meeks. Meeks out in the left-handed wing. Now he'll dribble, put the ball on the floor. He'll find some room, and he'll get bounce pass it in to Ethan Maynard. Maynard gets his second basket of the ball game.
Nice give and go by Meeks and Maynard.
Ian Gerald fires off a three for Scott. Nothing but net. And Gerald now has 9 points for the Skyhawks. And we have a whistle and a timeout on the floor. And it looks like we are going to
timeout Scott.
Yeah, we'll just keep it here. So the Scott cheerleaders come out on the floor. I just got a text message from my color analyst, Chris Barrett. He said, tell Doug he's doing a great job, but not to get too comfortable in his seat.
He can have it, Jeff. It's too hot in
Actually, his wife was a little under the weather. He felt like it was best if he stayed home tonight and take care of her. And sometimes you got to put family out there first.
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't mind to help out Chris, but I do know it's his full time.
3:35 to go in the third quarter. Poca leads this one by 21, 50-29. And Poca is just almost making this they're just showing how good a team they really are. They're number 1 in AA in the rankings this week, and they're just showing why they are a number 1 ranked team.
You know, Scott needs to work on the rebounding, Joe, and you cannot penetrate the middle and not be ready to kick it back out because Poca's playing great defense. They're closing up the middle, so at that time they need to kick it outside for the open three.
Our officials for tonight's game is Kurt McGowan, Mike Lemons, and Dave Bogus. And rightfully so, doing a great job tonight.
Doing a nice job.
3:35 to go in the third. It will be Poca's ball to inbound. Scott will apply full court pressure. It will be Toney to inbound it. He gets it into McNeely across the floor to Maynard. Maynard quickly down the floor to Meeks. Now Meeks comes out looking for somebody open. He gets it, finds Toney open, but we have a foul under the basket, and that is going to be charged against Poca's number 32, Aiden Compton, who just came off the bench.
Yeah, an offensive foul by the Dots.
Skyhawks get the ball down the floor. Gator tries to find something happen. Sharps gets it over to Gerald. Gerald fires off another three. And once again, Ian Gerald's off the bench with 12 points. All three-pointers for Scott. Poca inbounds, a little pressure under the basket. Now they'll get the ball across midcourt. Looking for some help. Wide open under the basket is Aiden Compton. Can't make the shot go, and a whistle and a foul. Charged against Scott's Ian Gerald. That'll be his first personal.
Somebody for Poca slipped under, Maynard slipped under the bucket there and found him wide open. Scott had to foul him.
McNeely fires off a three from the far corner. Will not go, and Constant comes up the rebound. Now I didn't see it. Did he step on the line?
No, offensive foul again on
Constant.
Yep.
Back-to-back fouls. He's got two now. Skyhawks had the ball. Carden over to Gerald. Gerald fires off another three. This time it will not go. Off the iron. Rebound, Isaac McNeely. Man, his elbows were above the rim there when he went after that one.
He definitely went above the rim and got that rebound.
Round the horn to Poca. Now Tony will set it up, and it's off the, it looked like it was off the back of Landon Stone, a bounce pass. Somebody didn't make a cut or a move, and the ball just went out of bounds. Here comes Scott. Stone with the ball. Stone loses a handle, picks it back up. Now they get it over to Gator. Gerald has it, finds Gerald. Now they kick it back out to Gator. He fires off a three and makes it fall for three. It's Jaron Gator's 10th point of the ball game. Poca has the ball. We called it that last foul offensive. It was not a foul. It was a travel on Compton. And once again, Poca throws the ball away. They're just not paying attention. They're getting too comfortable in this lineup. Now on the replay as they back it in, and Jaron Gator's three-point shot, he makes it look easy, brought to you by Little General. Stone with the ball. Reese Carden has it for Scott. Over to the corner to Jay Sharps. Off the glass and off the front of the iron. It will not go. Poca rebounds. McNeely has the ball, controls it. Over to midcourt. Now wide open under the little floater, and a block shot by Landon Stone. Taking the shot for Poca was Ethan Maynard, but Stone is going to be charged with the foul. His first. Team foul number 4.5. And Maynard, this will be his first trip to the charity strike tonight, and he's now 1 for 1. Substitution, Dylan Grant hits the floor for the Skyhawks. Shot number 2 coming up, and it will go. Maynard now has 6 points for the Dots. Sharps has the ball to Grant. Now they get it over to Carden. Back to Gerald. He fires off another one and makes it look so easy. He has three three-pointers. And was he fouled? Apparently he was, and there was a foul on the floor.
Gerald has lit it up tonight, Joe.
So apparently there was a foul as Poca tried to inbound it on the floor. And the turnover goes to Scott. Jay Sharps will inbound it for the Skyhawks. Looking for help. He's got 5 seconds. He's about out of time. Now he hits a throw it in the backcourt to Gator. Gator comes across. Carden over to Gerald. Gerald goes into the paint. It's stripped, and it's Poca basketball. McNeely has it in the backcourt. They'll go 2-on-1 with McNeely, and he'll just outrun him. And Gerald comes up from behind, pokes at it, and McNeely finds the handle. Now they get it over to Tony. Payne has it over in the corner. Back to McNeely. McNeely throws it all the way across the floor to the near side to Tony. Tony bounces it on the floor, goes back out to the outer circle. Back to Tony. Tony to Meeks to Tony. Now Tony will drive it in, makes it look easy, finds an open hole in the lane, picks up 2 more. He now has 14. Gator for Scott, looking for help. Now they find Sharps on the other side. Gerald's comes over, bounce pass to Gator. Gator bounces on the floor. Now they get it back out to Gerald's. Gerald's has to come back out to near midcourt to reset the play for Scott. 5 seconds on the clock. Dylan Grant had it. Somebody's got to shoot. Jaron Gator gets the shot off the back of the iron. It will not fall, and that's the end of the third quarter play. Poca leads the Skyhawks by a score of 54-38. You're listening to high school basketball on WZAC, the Skyhawks Sports Network, and Video Productions.
You can breathe easier at Boone Memorial Hospital, now with pulmonologist Dr. Richard McNeely. Come see us if you have concerns about your breathing issues.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road.
Madison. Back to the action with the Scott Skyhawks on Z92.
3 in the books, 1 to go. Poca leads this one by a score of 54-38. Thanks everyone to tune in tonight during this holiday season on a Tuesday night, the last Tuesday of 2021. Where did the year go, Doug? Here we go. Skyhawks inbound the ball. Around the horn, over to the corner to Gator. Gator finds Landon Stone. Ian Gerald fires off another 3 off the front of the iron. McNeely picks up the rebound, and they're going to get Braxton Dolan with a foul. Just basically laid his hand on his side, and they're going to call him with the foul. His first personal. Skyhawks will now has the full court pressure going on. Into McNeely, bounce back to Maynor. Maynor looking for some help. Landon Stone tried to make a stab at it. We've got a jump ball, and it's going to be Poca basketball on the top. Now they're trying to clean up. Now they need a towel or something down under the Scott basket. Reese Carden wipes sweat off of him and then throws the towel on the floor.
I get everyone sick now.
I guess he feels bad. He wants to share the well.
Yep.
Now they get the perspiration moisture off the floor. Poca leads this one 54-38. Poca will inbound it. Now they get it into the hands of McNeely. McNeely across the floor to Tony. Back. Now they get it back to Tony. Tony brings the ball down the floor, sets it up over to Meeks. Meeks puts the ball on the floor. Now they find McNeely open. He comes around, spins around. They send the ball over to McNeely. Into Toby Payne. Makes it look easy for the assist. And 2 points, Poca. Gator has it. Stone brings the ball down. Sharps in the backcourt. Dolan drives in. Gets it back out to Stone. Stone resets near side to Sharps. Into Gator, and Gator tries to put a spin on it off the glass. It will not fall. Poca comes up with the rebound. It'll be Tony in the backcourt, goes one-on-one with Gator. Now over to the corner to Meeks. Meeks brings it back out. One-on-one defense. Poca just trying to burn McNeely from 3-point range in the far corner. And Scott's falling like bowling pins out there. Now the second shot taken by Tony will not go. Skyhawks come up the rebound. Geralds has it in the corner to Dolan, back around to the near side to Stone. Ian Geralds fires off another 3, this time off the back of the iron, and it will not go. Rebound, Poca. Payne comes up with the rebound. Across the midcourt stripe to Tony. Tony bounces it on the floor to the top of the arc, backs back out of it. Now goes to Meeks. Meeks comes around to try to set up something and make something happen for the red and white. Now he'll back out of it. Fires it over to the near side to Hunter Tony, is on the floor. Back to Meeks. Meeks goes one-on-one with Gerald's. Now he gets some open space, goes over, and he is fouled. He hits the basket, and he'll get the +1.
That methodical offense, they just slowly throw it around till they find that open shot. Poca doing what they're wanting to do.
Braxton Dolan charged with the foul. His second. Meeks will go to the charity stripe for the +1.
You can tell why Poca's number one. They do a nice job.
I've got a lot of admiration for Coach Osborne. I've been acquainted with him for a long time, and he puts on a top-notch program there for Poca. Braxton Dolan hits the three. Skyhawks come down. That's his 6th point of the ball game, second three-pointer for Scott. Now Scott putting on the defense again on this end of the floor, trying to make something happen. Meeks gets around, gets it to Tony. Tony brings it back over to Meeks on the far side. Meeks goes on the floor. He tries to find an open lane, and McNeely will take it and put it off the glass. Jay Sharp set up the charge, no whistle, and then it looked like. Then they're saying on the second shot, on McNeely's shot, Sharp's got him, but Sharps had taken a charge.
The foul was on number 11, Joe.
Jay Sharps, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Sharps took a charge, and there was no whistle, but then they put it over to McNeely, and he got knocked down, and then McNeely pretty much tripped over him, and they called the foul on him. So McNeely will now go to the charity stripe for Poca. He'll get 2 shots. First shot up, makes it look easy, rolls around and in. He's 3 for 4 from the charity stripe, 75% tonight. Second shot is no good, pops it up there, didn't take his time off the back of the iron. Stone brings it down to Dolan. Now they get it into the hands of Reese Carden. Carden trying to make something happen. Carden with about a 10-foot jumper. It bounces inside the rim twice. Jay Sharps comes up, tries a little left-handed back hook, and it is totally rejected by Poca. We have a timeout on the floor, and we're still waiting to see. It is a coach's 30-second timeout. We will keep it here as Poca has taken a 41-60 lead over the Skyhawks, and the Skyhawks have just not been able to recover. They got down deep. They've been able to stay with Poca, but they can't close that gap.
They need to get back to the fundamentals. I've said this several times, Joe. Good defense, rebound the ball, make your foul shots. You can't live on one shot. Scott's got to stay hot. They hit a hot spell right there before the half. They got to stay hot if they want to continue to play like this.
So now Scott will inbound under their own basket. Poca inbounds and will strip and take away the ball. In the backcourt for Poca, it is Tony. He goes one-on-one with Stone, dribbles around the back, and it is knocked away by Reese Carden. Here comes Jay Sharps. Sharps backs out of it. Now he hands it off to Carden. Carden to Gator. Gator will fire off the three. It will go, and it'll spin around. I meant to say it spun around the rim. It popped out. Poca comes up the loose ball. Now they come down the floor with Campbell Meeks. Now they bounce it into Payne. Payne, a little right-handed floater for 2 more. He now has 9 points in the game. Braxton Dolan trying to make something happen. Forced the shot. Nothing but air. Here comes Poca. McNeely controls it, trying to slow things back down here a little bit with 4 minutes to go in this contest. McNeely looking for help. Now he finds it on the right side in the form of Jackson Tony. Tony goes to the corner, backs out of it. Now he comes around to the top of the key, goes out to the wing, and they find McNeely open. He finds his partner, Toby Payne, open, and Payne puts it off the glass for 2 more. Scott quickly, Hail Mary down the floor, off the front of the iron. It is a loose basketball, and Poca comes up with it. Now they get it down the floor to McNeely. McNeely makes it look easy, a little side movement both ways, and he'll pick up the basket for 2. 66-41, Poca leads it. Reach-in foul. Braxton Dolan was in the paint going for the basket. And it will be number 43. Is that who they called it?
33.
33.
Tony.
That'll be his second personal.
Hunter Tony.
Yep. Scott will inbound it under the basket. Sets her on the outbound. Gets it into Gator. Gator will look to open. Now they get it over to Gerald. Gerald drives his way into the paint, and he'll put it up, a little hook reverse layup. It will not go. A whistle under the basket. A foul on Gerald's as Hunter Tony had it all wrapped up, and Gerald's reached in, committed his second personal of the ball game. And now we're into the bonus situation as Poca will come down, and Hunter Tony will get the 1-and-1. Shot is up and no good. Rebound, Ian Geralds. Over to Setzer, across midcourt. Back to Geralds. Setzer, round to Gator. Back to Setzer on the far wing. Bounce pass to Carden. Jaron Gator, he'll fire off a 3. It goes, nothing but net. Gator now has 13 points in tonight's game. Full court pressure being applied by Poca. In the backcourt, it is Meeks. Finally bounces the pass in, and we have a whistle. He'll get the basket. Foul charged against Braxton Dolan, his third personal.
Jackson Tony at the line with the and 1.
2:34 to go in this one. Poca easily in control. The shot is up. It bounces, it bounces, it bounces, and finally bounces off the rim. Setzer comes up the rebound for Scott. Braxton Dolan. Now he gets it over to Carden. Carden tries to make something happen. It bounces off the top of the backboard. Whistle. Control goes to Poca. Is that Scott or Poca fans hollering? They're wanting somebody in the lineup. Poca brings the ball down the floor, over to the far side to Tony. Tony back out. I'm sorry, they sent it back out to Tony. It's Meeks and Tony passing it back and forth. Now back to Meeks. Meeks comes out near the midcourt circle, looking for some hole. Now they get it over to Tony. Tony at the top of the key, backs out of it. He goes one-on-one with Carden. McNeely into Payne. Payne looking to spin. Little floater, overshoots it. Rebound, Poca. It will be back into the hands of Payne now. It looked like Tony was going to try to make something happen. Meeks has it in the backcourt. He goes in, bounce pass in, and it's blocked by Scott. And just that quick, Jackson Tony makes an aggressive move, steals the ball as it rolls around on the floor, and it is a timeout taken by Alan Osborne and the Polka Dots.
He's putting in the reserves.
Yeah, he's throwing in the towel, I guess you might say.
Coach Ballard's doing the same.
Giving some of these younger guys the opportunity to play some ball.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was very impressed with Poca. Although they missed some foul shots down the line that I know Coach Osborne's not going to be happy with. They'll be working on that next week or the rest of this week in practice.
It looks like the Logan Wildcats are in the house here. Come over to watch this game. Recognize some of these young men from the Logan basketball squad.
Yes, sir.
Round the horn for Poca. With the ball is number 42.
Number 42 is
44 gets the shot. That is Cole
Goodish
with the basket. Now Scott gets the ball back down the floor. these boys, some of these JV guys I recognize. Cole Elkins with the ball. Now they get it into Hunter Knowles, back around to Logan Wortman, to Elkins. Knowles. I don't know what Knowles was doing. He looked in the corner, saw nobody there, and still threw the pass. So the turnover goes to Poca with 44 seconds to go in the game. Poca just trying to burn up the clock here, get some of these younger guys a little bit of experience. Ethan Maynard takes a three-point attempt. It will roll off the rim, rebounds by Goodish, and it will not go. Skyhawks come up the rebound, 25 seconds. Around the ball, Scott has it. Now they send it back out to Workman, over to Elkins. He'll fire off a long three. Nothing but air. Goes out of bounds. It's Poca basketball. 13.5 seconds to go in the game. 10. Poca just burning up the clock. It's number 44. It's Goodish. I watched him play JV ball. He's going to be a heck of a ball player in the next couple of years for Poca. And there's the final buzzer, the final score tonight. The Polka Dots knock off the Scott Skyhawks by a score of 72-44. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with our postgame show after this. You're watching high school basketball brought to you by Boone Memorial Hospital on WZAC, the Skyhawks Sports Network, and Video Productions.
Looking to sell your vehicle? Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
This is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
Membership is well within your reach at Clayton Homes.
I'm Joey Z, and I can assist you to find the dream home you can afford.
I'm Angie Wolf, and my experience can help you find a new home that is within your reach.
I'm your 70-pound St. Bernard puppy, and my lack of impulse control is about to become your problem.
No, come on. I saw you eating poop earlier. My focus is on the road, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
This is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
Final score tonight was Poca 72, Scott 44. And Doug, Scott just couldn't make things happen tonight.
You know, they did have two players, you know, with the bug, but I'm telling you, Poca makes you work as on the offensive end of the floor. Poca's defense will make you work the ball to get a shot. And it's one shot and you're done. And that was the difference in the game.
You know, Scott only come up with 6 points. They were outscored 18-6 there in the final quarter. And you can't expect to win basketball games when you only score 6 points and a quarter and your opponent scores 18.
You know, I know we talked about Poca being a real slow-down game, but when they create turnovers, they was pushing the ball down the floor. So they kind of lower you a little bit on the offensive end, but as soon as they get that steal, 3 guys are breaking to the bucket, and they're getting out on the fast break and pushing it. And they all hit them on a missed shot. All Poca's players box out and get on the boards.
Let's take a look at scoring tonight. First of all, let's take a quick look for the Skyhawks. Skyhawks had 2 players in double figures. Coming off the bench, Ian Geralds had 15 points. Jaron Gator was a starter with 13. Landon Stone had a single 3-pointer in the second quarter. Isaac Setzer had 1 field goal from the floor. Braxton Dolan had 2 3-pointers for 6. Reese Carden, who is under the weather, only scored 5 points tonight. And that's a look at scoring. You got rebounds and assists for us?
Yeah.
For Scott?
Gator ended up with 3 rebounds as well as 2 assists. Carden was next with 2 rebounds, and Gerald's came in with 3 rebounds. And Sloan had an assist, and Dolan had an assist as well as a rebound.
You know, when you look at scoring for Scott, Carden has been averaging 24 points a game. And tonight he comes up with, 5. When your top scorer only can muster up 5 points, you've had a tough night. Now let's take a look at the individual scoring for Poca. All scoring led tonight by Isaiah McNeely with 18. Toby Payne had 11. Campbell Meeks had 11. Jackson Toney had 12. Ethan Maynard, the other number 5 starter, had 6. Then it was Jones had 2. Compston had 2. And Hunter Toney comes off the bench with 2. And if you look at the way things were played tonight, you can't deny Isaac McNeely as our Boone Memorial Hospital player of the game. He was just phenomenal tonight.
No doubt about it, Joe. He is very talented defensively, and I was very impressed at how he sees the floor. He come through the lane there one time and hit Payne underneath for a beautiful 1-2 punch here.
And here you see McNeely just making it look easy on our video productions replay. Brought to you by Boone Memorial Hospital. And again, congratulations, Isaac McNeely, the player of the game. No big surprise, but, he just come out and played a smooth basketball game tonight. Missed a couple free throws, but other than that, he played almost flawlessly tonight.
You could clearly see he's a Division I player, and Virginia's got him a good one, Joe.
Absolutely. That's pretty much going to wrap up our coverage. We'll be back on the air here on WZAC and the Skyhawks Sports Network on Thursday night as the Lady Hawks will host the South Charleston Black Eagle ladies. That game will tip off at 7 o'clock Thursday night. Then on New Year's Eve, we'll be right back here at the Hawks Nest on a rare New Year's Eve game. It will be played at 4 o'clock as Herbert Hoover comes to town. And the Skyhawks know a couple of these players for Herbert Hoover because they've played at Mingo Central. They've played at Logan, now at Hoover. So, they're very familiar with some of these guys on this team.
Absolutely. That's the name of the game now, Joe.
I'm ribbing fun at them. I know the Hatfield boys know them since they were little tykes,
Yep.
but that's just the way they do things. So, but anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap up our coverage tonight. Big thank you to our production staff here, Cameron Mecklin, our cameraman, Robbie Mounts, our engineer here for video productions, our engineer staff back at the studio for WZAC, Fred Dameron for providing our streaming services for WZAC and the Skyhawks Sports Network, and hopefully we got everybody in there because it takes a whole team of players to make these broadcasts possible. Doug, thanks for coming out and filling in for Mr. Barrett tonight, and hopefully Chris will be back in the broadcast booth on Thursday night. And like I said, that's going to wrap up things. Congratulations to the Polka Dot as they come up with a 72-44 win over the Scott Skyhawks. That's going to wrap up our coverage. I'm Joe Linville. Happy New Year, everyone.